Welcome to our app, the SafeChecker. I am Bryn Jenkins.
Danae Lowe.
I'm Jacob Latham.
Mang Wen.
Are you nervous to walk the streets at night? Worried you will take a fall and no one is there to help? Want to make sure your friend gets home safe and sound? The SafeChecker app is here to give you a sense of relief. But why would we need an app that automatically sends emergency messages? Why should we let people see where we are? I'll go through some Australian statistics where these incidences would severely benefit from our SafeChecker app. There are 20,000 children reported missing every year. 40,000 emergency calls have been made for the elderly who have fallen in Queensland alone, and 100,000 people are hospitalised for fall-related injuries. Thousands of Australians are having their drinks spike every year, and nearly 2 million have been sexually assaulted. These are incidences that we can't really stop with an app, and it can't really be avoided. But with this app, it can direct you on the safest route possible. It will find paths that are well lit, crowded, and closer to police stations based on online resources, where it finds open restaurants and shops in your area where you'll find well lit and safer areas. There is no waiting for hours or days wondering if someone will help you or struggling to get to your phone because it can send it for you. The comfort of knowing that you can notify someone and tell them where you are, whether you're physically capable to or not, can help people receive the support and medical attention they may need sooner rather than later. Next, Daniel will talk about our audience who will use our app.
Target user group can be best illustrated by two examples. Jenny is a young single lady, most likely 16 to 35 years of age. He loves going to a concert or going out with friends at night. But she also has deep concern about her own safety as a single woman. So SafeChecker can help her to address these safety concerns so she can enjoy her life in the full. On the other hand, Carr has a medical condition, for example, occasional blackouts. However, he enjoys a walk in nature a lot of time alone. So SafeChecker makes sure he can be found and taken care of when his condition strikes, especially when he is out there alone. How does SafeChecker stack up with competitors? There are other four similar apps on the market: SmartWatcher, React Mobile, BeSafe, Circle 6. SafeChecker either performs on par or outperforms pair on the selected 6 key parameters. Most notably, SafeChecker scores way above pairs in two functions most users focus on: that check-in and safe navigations. Unlike other apps, which either charges for certain functions or limits number of contacts, SafeChecker is free and with unlimited contact. That's the key differentiator of SafeChecker.
Thank you, Daniel. Now for our demonstration. I am a user who's going to use SafeChecker to go to a party. So I open up the app and I see that I need to select a check-in. So I go into messages to see that I have Matt's party. I can click this tick right here to go back to home to see that my next check-in is in 10 minutes. To say that I am A-OK, that I am all good, I just press the center button. To go back into messages, I want to unclick this. Say I didn't like this alert and wanted to change it, I can either press edit, where I can change where I can change the name, message, who my contacts are, and my time, or I can delete that alert and create a new message where I can fill in the name, set the message, choose my contacts and time, and save it. Now I can go back to home. In this app, we also have a map feature which is designed for people to feel safe in unknown areas. You click here to go into your map and search like you would in Google or Apple Maps. Click on a location and it will show you the safest or fastest route depending on your preferences. It also shows you well-lit areas where there's a lot of people gathering, as well as bus stations and train stops in your area so that you can feel more safe. You can also click the X to cancel your search. In this, you can also save your car location and go see who's available in the local area just by tapping their name on the list. If there's anything that you want to change, you can go into your preferences and change particular things, such as showing you how to do your tutorials in other general locations like linking your account. The others being how you get notified and how often you would like to be notified when your timer is about to go off. How often you want to be tracked, as well as sending your location if your phone is about to die, as well as change any map settings that you don't like, such as if you want it to be in a dark mode, set your home, or constantly show the information of what each icon means. Thank you for listening to me. Now on to you, Jake.
And I'll be discussing the process of app design, which heavily relies on research and user testing. The first step before the design process started was to decide which aspects of the app were most important fundamentally. The key points focused on were how well the app flows from a user standpoint, and not having the screens overly cluttered in case of emergency, since it can cause to information overload for the user. The secondary aspects were functionality and UI sizing to maintain a need and usability. For the first prototype, each team member designed and tested different aspects of the app and received feedback through user testing. The feedback received was informational and constructive to help refine the structure of the app. Some key points of these interviews are that the initial pop-up with the emergency felt like it halted the app's progression and reminded them of apps that had a ad pop-up on startup. The solution to this was to merge it into a home screen per se. The next main point of the feedback being that the screens were not cluttered, but more so on the empty side. So a focus point for the next design is to flesh out each section, since it was unclear whether this response was because the design was incomplete or if our features were too bare bones. The second prototype was all about redesign. The flow of the app could instantly be seen as an improvement, as it seemed like the app was ready to use, but without fancy graphics. The rest of the app was then split into key sections, being messages, where the check-in alarm is set, and default messages that are sent can be set. A section for directions for the safest route to your destinations, and finally a preference tab to personalize your experience. The user reviews from this prototype were good, with most of them being the buttons were not working incorrectly or other basic errors. Therefore, now that the app is more fleshed out, the next prototype could be focused on refining the small details. Colors, one of the key parts of app design, which has been proven to impact the user's mood and mental state. This fact impacts our design a lot, since the user could be using this app in a very stressful state. For color schemes, the top three colors for relaxing a user is green, blue, and pink. Blue being linked to calm, gentle, and peaceful, and is believed to have a tremendous power to manage stress and slow down the heart rate. Since the app will be most likely be benefiting the user from a calming color that can reduce stress, it was decided that the app would be based around the color blue. The final design, through research and user feedback, is clean and flows great with buttons being a good size and not too much clutter on any one screen, with each feature complementing the purpose of keeping people safe. The design process to get to this point was a lot of repetition, but thanks to user testing, it fits the needs of users.